If the problem with your Whirlpool made 29-inch electric dryer is that it won't start in any of the cycles that you try it on, the first thing that you need to check are the voltages at the terminal block. Let me show you how to check the voltages at the terminal block in a 29-inch Whirlpool made electric dryer using a multimeter. Disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet. Go behind the dryer and remove the terminal block cover plate. Set your multimeter on a scale that could read more than 240 AC volts. Connect the dryer to the wall outlet. Caution: you will need to be very careful and listen to my instructions since you're going to be working with 240 AC volts and it could be very dangerous if you don't do it right. Grab the multimeter test probes by their insulated handles and make sure that no part of your body is making contact with the dryer to avoid getting an electrical shock. Okay? When you take a reading between these two terminals, the reading should be between 200 and 260 AC volts. And when you take a reading between these two terminals, the reading should be between 90 and 130 AC volts. And when you take another reading between these two terminals, the reading should be between 90 and 130 AC volts. If the readings are below what I showed you, then the problem could be a bad power cord, a bad wall outlet, a trip circuit breaker, or a blown fuse. You will need to make sure that you get the right voltages at the terminal block before doing anything else with the dryer. If the voltages are okay at the terminal block, then the problem is somewhere else in the dryer. To finish, disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet. Install the terminal block cover and try the dryer to see if it works now. If the problem with the dryer is that it's not producing heat in any of the cycles that it's supposed to be producing heat, all it's doing is blowing cold air, the problem could be a bad heating element. Disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet and remove the terminal block cover and the back panel. Let me show you how to check the heating element with a multimeter. Disconnect this wire from the heating element. Set your multimeter on the lower scale to read ohms and make sure that the multimeter is working. Take a reading between the two terminals on the heating element like this. The reading should be between 10 and 50 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the heating element is bad and you need to replace it. A grounded heating element means that the coil is touching the metal casing when it's not supposed to. Let me show you how to check to see if the heating element is grounded or not. Disconnect this red wire from the heating element. Set your multimeter to read about 20,000 ohms. Take a reading between the metal casing on the heating element and the two terminals on the heating element. This one and this one. The two readings should be infinity, meaning that the heating element is not touching the metal casing. If any of the two readings is older than infinity, means that the heating element is touching the metal casing and the heating element is grounded. In this case, you will need to replace the heating element. Disconnect the wires from the heating element and the high limit thermostat. And use a flat screwdriver like this to remove the high limit thermostat from the heating element. Remove the two holding screws on the side of the heating element. Grab the heating element and take it right out. Set the new heating element in place and secure it with the two holding screws. To install the high limit thermostat, hook it up on the top hook, then connect it to the left terminal on the heating element like this. Make sure you have a good connection, okay? Connect the wires to the high limit thermostat on the heating element. Install the back panel and the terminal block cover. That was a way to check and replace the heating element. Let me show you a contact to checking the timer when the dryer won't start. Disconnect your electric or gas dryer from the wall outlet. Remove the controls back panel. Set the timer dial on the auto dry, timed dry, or air dry. Set your multimeter to read ohms. Find the blue, black, and red wires and disconnect the blue one. Take a reading between the terminal that you remove the blue wire from, marked BU, and the terminal with the black wire, marked BK. The reading should be 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the timer is bad and you will need to replace it. How to check the timer motor. Move the wires out of the way so you can see better. Disconnect one of the timer motor wires from the timer. Take a reading from the timer motor wire that's still connected to the timer and the wire you disconnected. The reading should be between 2 and 3,000 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the timer motor is bad. If the timer motor checks okay, install the wire back. If the timer motor is bad, it will be better to replace a complete timer assembly. How to replace the timer. Remove the timer knob by grabbing it and pulling it straight out. Remove the timer holding screws and take the timer right out. Leave all the wires connected to the timer. Set the new timer in place and screw in the two holding screws. Transfer the wires one by one from the bad timer to the new timer. This way you are going to be sure that you install the wires on the right terminals. Install the timer knob and install the controls back panel. That was a way to check the timer when the dryer is not starting. Make sure you disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet before proceeding. Remove the terminal block cover plate. You will need a jumper wire like this. To make one, get a piece of wire and attach two insulated alligator clips to it like this. Connect the jumper wire between these two terminals like this. When you put the jumper wire between these two wires, the two wires become one and it's easier to check it out. Set your multimeter on the lower scale to read ohms. Take a reading between the two flat terminals on the cord plug like this. The reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the cord is bad and you need to replace it. Take a reading between this terminal on the terminal block and this terminal on the cord plug. The reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the cord is bad and you need to replace it. Make sure you disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet before proceeding. Place the jumper wire between these two wires on the terminal block like this. Set your multimeter on the lower scale to read ohms. Take a reading between the two flat terminals on the cord plug like this. The reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the cord is bad and you need to replace it. Take a reading between this terminal on the terminal block and this terminal on the cord plug. The reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the cord is bad and you need to replace it. Take a reading between the ground wire and this terminal on the cord plug. The reading should be close to 0 ohms. If the reading is infinity, the cord is bad and you need to replace it.